our shirt on Teespring.
Living in a shelter for almost 2 years opens a window into a complex world of humanity, showcasing a diverse range of characters. Each person carries their own story, yet some stories unfold with layers of absurdity and frustration. One character in particular stood out, a man with a bunk bed above mine, whose antics often tested my patience. Despite our close quarters, our conversations dwindled after I recognized he was more fool than friend. His blatant disregard for shared space manifested in the least charming way. Instead of climbing down to dispose of his trash, he preferred a lazy drop, letting garbage fall next to my bed. It was maddening enough, but then he took it a step further. Rather than using the ladder of the bunk bed, he let his feet dangle down onto my mattress. The weight of his presence felt invasive, particularly painful given my recent surgeries. Imagine waking up to the unwelcome sensation of his feet landing on me, only for him to shout indignantly when my legs stretched out during the night. Respect seemed an elusive concept for him as well. One night, after curfew, he blared music from his phone. I kindly asked him to lower the volume or use headphones, and his response was a mix of rudeness and ignorance. He acted as if respecting a basic rule of the shelter was an imposition. Each request led to an exchange laden with tension, drawing me into an unwelcome confrontation. And yet, it was his behavior towards others that truly encapsulated his character. My annoyance peaked when I witnessed him bullying a fellow shelter resident, a man in a wheelchair who was missing a leg. This unbelievably cruel act arose from a claim that the man went to the bathroom too often. Regardless of the reason, it was none of his business, but this meant nothing to him. His sense of superiority was misguided and offensive. To make matters worse, he lamented about being an illegal alien from Laos, perpetuating absurdities about politics and voting fraud, completely oblivious to how uninformed his statements were. In these encounters, I learned just how deeply ignorance can permeate one's perspective. The shelter became a microcosm of life's absurdities, melding beauty and frustration. Each individual added color to the canvas of communal living, leaving indelible marks on the fabric of my experience, serving as reminders that humanity comes in all shapes and forms, some wonderfully rich and others bewilderingly foolish.